We are living in a metropolitan world. Urban dynamics have exceeded local boundaries. We all know that millions of people travel across municipalities, across cities to access goods and services. Most of the time, they don't notice the city boundaries. The issue of this Metropolitan Day that deals with solid waste management is at the heart of what metropolitan areas are tackling, try to manage. When we know that these issues are not dealt with at the metropolitan scale, then we face serious challenges that will bring out the issue of inequality, equity, and slow growth and slow prosperity for metropolitan areas. The 2018 revision of the United Nations World Urbanization Prospects reveals that globally more than 55% of world population lives in cities these days. It is expected that by 2050, 68% of the world population will be living in cities. More importantly, the report highlights that 1 in 8 people in 2018 live in 33 megacities with more than 10 million inhabitants. You may recall the size of Tokyo, Delhi, Shanghai, Mexico City, Sao Paulo, of over 20 million inhabitants. And we also know that Cairo, Mumbai, Beijing, Dhaka have over 18 million. And there are many of such megalopolis that are emerging. We are also aware that the concept of metropolitan areas is not just one size fits all. If we take into account just the demographic, the population, then we will know, based on the figures I just mentioned for larger cities, that they have to be dealt with differently. The other parameter that we always have to keep in mind is that the spatial configuration. Metropolitan areas usually encompasses large areas, deals with several municipalities. And what we are also aware of is the importance of metropolitan areas or large cities in the contribution of economic development of cities. We are all aware of the importance, the contribution of cities in national GDP. At times, over 60% of GDPs in some countries are from their metropolitan areas. Today, we are very fortunate that we have various global frameworks to guide, to sustain metropolitan development. We are all aware of the United Nations Member States 2015 process that led to the adoption of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, with the particular goal 11 that deals with urban areas or cities, to make cities and human settlements inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable. We believe at UN Habitat that this goal, as we move forward, will not be achieved if we don't pay particular consideration to metropolitan areas. The second relevant framework that we have globally to guide member states to bring forward the importance of metropolitan areas is, of course, the new urban agenda adopted in Quito in 2016 that explicitly recognizes and states that we have to strengthen the capacity of subnational and local authority to implement effectively this agenda to make cities prosperous, inclusive, and resilient for all. Metropolitan development in general, and in the case of Metro Hub, requires that we work in partnership. We command the leadership of CPET, which had initiated this Metropolitan Day, and the collaboration of the Inter-American Development Bank, Metropolis, University of Guadalajara, the Politecnico de Milano, GIZ, and many other partners who are supporting this initiative. And UN Habitat joined these partners to ensure that Metropolitan Day is a very important event for all of us working on metropolitan areas to raise awareness, to provide instrument and guidance to actors to take this issue further. Our takeaway of this day is that it's a good step forward to bring actors together in the context of the Urban October, which on the 1st of October we'll be celebrating the World Habitat Day and ending on the 31st of October with the World City Days, where solid waste management could not be a better theme where metropolitan area had to be considered. So I'm grateful that this opportunity had been offered to UN Habitat, to metropolitan champions and actors to keep the campaign of metropolitan issues well at the forefront of the development agenda. So I thank you.